Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Venkat Siva. This is my project. Project is on fraud detection in credit card transactions, which is very crucial in financial sector. The data set is selected from Kaggle data sets, and this is the project. And I will go one by one line. And initially, we are importing required libraries like NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, Cboard, sklearn, all these things. And then in the second step, we are reading the data set. By using Pandas read CSV file. So after reading, we are examining the shape of the data set df.shape. This is to know the shape of the data set, what is the number of rows and what is the number of columns. And then we are examining the head of the data set. If you see the data set columns or features, time of the transaction, and remaining features are all encrypted into V1, V2 till V28, I think, because of the sensitivity of financial transactions. And these are all features, and this is the amount, and this is the class, where 0 represents the standard or legitimate transaction, and 1 represents the fraudulent transaction. df.tail examines the end part of the data set, and df.info is examining the overall nature of the data set, like what is the column, what is the value type, data type, and how many null values are there. And df.isNull.sum gives the number of null values present in each feature, and sum will give the count. And df.duplicated sum gives the duplicate rows in the data set, and here in this data set around 1081 data sets duplicate records are there. These will be dropped in the cleaning stage. In the next stage, we are examining the class of the different classes in the data set. There are two classes, one is 0 and another is 1. As it is very evident from the count of these classes, it is imbalanced data set. Generally, it happens in financial transactions. Fraudulent transactions are very few, and genuine transactions are high. df. describes the statistical summary of data set, like a count, mean, standard deviation, minimum and maximum, 25% to 50% and 75% quartiles. And next stage, since examination of the data set is completed, we are going to clean the data set based on the duplicates, null values, anomalies detected in the examination stage of the data set. So duplicates are dropped using df drop duplicates, and then once again data set is examined. Now afterwards, processing the data set, here we are assigning 0 class to legitimate transaction, and we are giving another label fraud for where class is 1, such transactions. And then we are examining the shape of both the data frames, legit and fraud data frames. And then for legit, amount wise description we are collecting, whether the legitimate transaction amount is high or low. Similarly, for the class, we are grouping by using class, and then we are examining the mean values of all the features. Since the data set is imbalanced, we can approach training the model in two ways. We can go for undersampling or oversampling. In undersampling, what we do is we create equal number of samples from each class and use that data set for training the model. In oversampling, we can use techniques like smooth, called a synthetic minority oversampling technique, which generates a synthetic data for the minority class, and balances the data set, and such data set will be used for training the model. So we have taken 473 number of legitimate samples in data frame called legit underscore sample, and similarly same number of samples are collected for fraudulent transaction, and the new data set is created, and for that new data set we have examined the value counts for each class. So equal number of classes are there, 473, 473. So it's a balanced data set now, and we are once again examining the data set like shape, etc. And we are now splitting the data set into X and Y, where X is represent the features and Y represent the target variable. And further we are splitting the data set into try and test features and target variables. And we have taken the model logistic regression, since binary classification is there. So accordingly we have fitted the training data for the model, and then we have evaluated the model prediction accuracy and other parameters like F1 score, recall, precision, etc. And similarly, I have conducted using undersampling, smooth technique also, by utilizing smooth technique, oversampling method. There I got these results, and on comparison across the parameters, undersampling method is performing better.